and welcome to Elements from Mother Earth. As you can see, we have a beautiful knife. It's a beautiful chef knife that every chef in the kitchen should have. And what you always want to do when you do take your chef knife out of the box is, of course, you want to clean it. And you want to also sharpen it just to make sure your blade is nice and sharp. And so ultimately, we have a very easy to use sharpener. I recommend doing this with all of your knives just to keep them in good shape. And then we'll do a quick wash. You want to keep your knives out of water because water will dull the blade. And so remember that when you take a knife, you never leave it soaking in water, because if you leave it soaking in water, it will dull your blade. And so I try and get the blade dry as soon as possible so that I don't dull the blade. But you want to wash your knife after you sharpen it, because if there's any fragments, you don't want it going in your food, because then you're eating it. And if you'll notice, I always try and keep my knife in nice, shiny condition, because this is my main knife. Everybody has to have a really good knife in the kitchen, and this is the one that I like to use. Okay, so you want to have a chopping block, and you always want to use a chopping block that you can clean. You should never use, this is a chopping block also, but because this is a granite chopping block, it will dull your blade. So basically, I wouldn't recommend using that as your main chopping block. So today we're going to make a little avocado dip. As you can see, we've got our avocado, and I'm going to clean this off real quick. And then we're going to add our ingredients, which is going to be some lemon, some onion, some garlic, some parsley. I've got the parsley and the tomatoes soaking in a little white wine vinegar because, as you know, if it's not organic, it's been treated with pesticides, so I like to let it sit in water and vinegar just to get the pesticides off, and then I rinse it off. And we're going to add some blue agave and some sea salt and some cayenne pepper. So let's get started with first taking care of the onion. And don't need a whole lot of onion. Just a little. And I like to use these for my onions, what I get from the Chinese takeout. I find them to be very convenient and useful. Okay, I'll take this last little cover off. Now, you don't have to be a chef to look like one. But having the right knife makes life so much easier. And as you can see, this knife just cuts through everything very easily. And then I like to leave a few little chunks in there, so this will take care of that. And then the next thing we want to do is our garlic. And obviously this is a difficult one. But you want to make a great flavorful dip, and this is a great one. So as they do on the cooking shows, bam, bam, and basically comes off real easy. That's one. That's two. And that's three. And then we're just gonna kind of cut that up real quick, real fast. I like to take the little ends off sometimes. Don't want to eat that. That one looks good. That one looks good. Great. And so basically, just chop it up. Okay, and then we're going to put them together. And this is why you want to have a good chef knife in the kitchen. It makes life a lot easier, a lot quicker. Okay, so we've got that done. Let's move that to the side. And then we're going to take care of our tomatoes. And I'm going to just wash these off real quick. Tomatoes on this one. As you can see, it cuts it very easily, goes right through. So I'm actually doing 2 dishes with my tomatoes because I'm making a salad as well, so I'm trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But as you can see, the knife just cuts right through. It's a beautiful knife. Excellent knife. That'll be good. We'll do 1 more. Now, most tomatoes don't cut this easy, so that lets you know how sharp this knife is. And as long as you keep your knife clean, and you'll notice this little device here on the end of my chopping board is, my cutting board, excuse me, is also a knife sharpener. So whenever you feel your knife getting a little dull, you can either use that one or you can use the one that I like to use, which is this one. Okay, so let's take care of this avocado real fast. And again, how you do an avocado, at least this is how I do it, to make sure I get it even, like that, and then you take the knife, there you go. Real simple. And now we just need a spoon. Got it. And we'll do the other side. Got it. And then we'll throw in our mixture. And we'll throw in our tomato. Now, some folks like a lot of cilantro. They didn't have any cilantro today, so that's why we're using some parsley. I'll use this much and see how it comes out. Wonderful. And we're then going to add a little sea salt. Add a little bit of hot stuff, cayenne pepper, give it a little flavor, and then just a little agave. Just a little. We don't want too much. And it's easier to actually do it with a fork. Oh, and I forgot my olive oil. Just a little olive oil that I'm going to throw in there. Perfect. And now we've got some avocado dip. That's going to be just wonderful. Can't wait to taste it. So sorry you can't join us to have some. But tune in for our next segment for the way to use the Elements from Mother Earth knife. Thanks for joining us. Until next time.